Cousins' team off the tip.
Do you have a different position in terms of what you play, or do you usually kind of model your game after how you play in real life?
No, I'm 100% a shooting guard.
Okay.
Because in 2K, like, it depends. It depends on like what you want your player to play like.
Right.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. D.A. The feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, D.A. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Wiggins.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustment.
And the Clippers starting five. Ingram is out there with Embiid. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Bogut. And it's Irving at the point. And for the Bucks, they got Whiteside. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's KD in at the 3 slot.
You look at this combination of reach and timing, it makes Embiid a superb shot blocker.
Dinwiddie against Beverley. The dish now to Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ingram. The shot missing. Nice D from Durant. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
And it's Beverley missing.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Harris kicks to KD. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. And when he first came to America, you know, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the rejection by Embiid. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Mitchell. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Beverley dishes to Irving. Ingram outside. 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Can't hit that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. It's a victory here for the home team. Last time these guys met.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. And they ended up winning it going away.
Beverley wide open. Sinks the three-pointer.
I like watching Beverley catching the defense by surprise. They're excellent at pulling up after the pass.
Here is Whiteside. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Clippers leading by 6. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Irving.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Here's Dinwiddie. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
The Clippers shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
The first free throw is good. Oh, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Hill passes to Vucevic. Dishes to KD. Shoots over Covington. Durant. That's good.
And, you know, for a bigger guy, Vucevic really dishes the ball well out there. He's a terrific passer and does a nice job recognizing easy scoring chances.
Pass to Embiid. Shoots the three. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. Embiid's got 5 now.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
For the Clippers, Andrew Wiggins comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Irving. Fournier against Wiggins. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Levine against Brogdon. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to KD. Over Levine. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Brogdon. 6 points for Kevin Durant. Now Ball. Passes it to Levine. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
And the first one at the line is good.
Guys, it's always fun to watch a player ascend from role player to star. And that's exactly what's happened with Levine. And it's been fun to watch.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic, an offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
They grab their own miss, and it's in there.
Oh, it's so smart and relentless on the offensive glass. Seems to me that Vucevic has that extra sense of tracking down missed shots. Seems to just have a nose for the ball.
Here's Levine. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Vucevic. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros, a response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
The first one falls. And so Levine nails both of them.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
Here's Vucevic and Embiid with the block. Another shot, and it's Vucevic missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Ball dishes to Levine. Lets it go from 11. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Boy, that long reach of Embiid's paying dividends there, guys. An absolute machine on the offensive glass.
Hill against Covington. Here's Vucevic. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Vucevic has got his second basket.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Ball, the pass to Covington. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. It's Covington on the wing. Beyond the arc, and another three for the Clippers.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Bring music, scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Ball with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Embiid.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And so it's Los Angeles looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Hill is out there with Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Durant. Then it's Evan Fournier, and it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
Well, D.A., it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
Boy, Ball has a nice feel for when his guys are open. He's solid, really solid when it comes to getting his teammates clean looks.
Outside Hill. KD, that's for 2. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the jam by Levine.
Boy, I love seeing Levine elevate. One of the most fun dunkers we have in the game.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain. He can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Whiteside's checked in for Durant. Harris comes in for Evan Fournier. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Hill. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Andrew Bogut checked in for Embiid. Brandon Ingram comes in for Wiggins. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Ball. Here's Ingram. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Harris.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition. Just is unflappable, drawing contact easily on these kinds of shot attempts.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Shooting 2.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Clark, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through centers. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic. Yes. Man, can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. DeMarcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Hall is also in that list.
You'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
Irving finds Ingram. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. That's his first personal foul. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Clock at 6. And that one's good. Ingram's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, he's slight of build, lanky and long and athletic, but he still finishes through contact, and he's not afraid to go in there and take the hit either.
And here's Whiteside. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Irving. Misses off the left iron. Bucks trail by 14. To the middle. And the jam by Whiteside.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Outside Irving. And he makes good on the layup. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, that man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Here's Mitchell. Offensive rebound.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jumper.
Irving against Dinwiddie. Mitchell in the corner. No good with the triple. And it's Irving with the ball for the Clippers. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Mitchell passes to Whiteside. And it's sent back by Bogut.
And with that condor-like wingspan, Bogut says,
And stolen by Whiteside. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Dinwiddie attacking, and it's good. 2 points.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Clippers leading by 16. Beverly the pass to Bogut. Covington trying to break free. No good from Bogut. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's Dinwiddie from 11 feet away, and it's sent back by Bogut.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Bounce pass from Vucevic. Harris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Ingram with the rebound. LA's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. A nice shot by Irving.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
Pass to Whiteside. Over Bogut. Second chance shot. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got his second bucket.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboard.
Irving against Dinwiddie. Irving passes to Covington. There's the triple. No good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. On the wing, Mitchell. Here's Vucevic. Banked in off the glass. Vucevic has got 10.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the second. Here's Irving. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Got a piece of it.
Well, it's rare to see a block shot from a perimeter player like Dinwiddie, but good job that time.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was Joel Embiid who got hot in the first. He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. We've got Brandon Ingram, Joel Embiid out there with Bogut. Then it's Patrick Beverly, and it's Irving in at the point guard.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And he gets the bucket.
I mean, the airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
Durant finds Harris. Back to KD. No good on the three.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And the shot goes down. And that's 13 points for Joel Embiid.
Well, you got to respect not only the strength and size and agility of Embiid, but how about his balance, too? Able to finish through contact. That's impressive.
Here's Mitchell. Offline with his three. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Clippers. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
And that one misses. Well, the last few years, we've seen a huge improvement from Tobias Harris's shooting the deep ball.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. He went from not really having a reliable outside shot to being a 40% shooter from outside the arc. It's opened up a lot for the rest of his game, and it's a big reason why he scored over 20 points a game last year.
Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
The fadeaway. Rebound, Milwaukee.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Brogdon, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
It's nice to see when Brogdon doesn't settle for the layup, instead going in there to finish with power.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Pass to Embiid. He dishes it to Irving. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Bucks. Whiteside's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
13 feet away. And it's KD with the rebound.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Dinwiddie finds Whiteside. Back to Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Yeah, you know, the quickness of Levine, difficult to neutralize that. He'll go to the line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the first one drops. A different look for Milwaukee. Vucevic checked in for Whiteside. Evan Fournier comes in for Tobias Harris. And George Hills subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And then for the Clippers, Robert Covington's checked in for Bogut. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Kyrie Irving. And so Levine nails both of them. Bucks trail by 17. Hill inside, guarded by Embiid. Hill kicks to Brogdon. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Brogdon knows he has the touch from there, so he's very comfortable launching the 3-ball.
Levine, the bounce pass. Ball finds Embiid. Outside Levine. Back to Embiid. Over Durant. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Durant.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Outside Covington. 6 to shoot. Here's Ball. And he drops it in from the low post. Ball's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know what? The size Ball possesses, guys, as a point guard is really a nice asset, especially when the defense tries to be physical.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Milwaukee. Ingram, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh man, yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
A moment here to check out Kevin Durant. Last season, he played outstanding. 8th in scoring, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. And the Bucks miss again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Wiggins throws it down.
What a play from Wiggins. Fantastic in out-quicking the defense off the dribble. Bang!
And it's Hill penetrating. And the rejection by Embiid. Here's Ball. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that one misses.
You know, you look at Ball's size and speed and confidence, very impressive. An exciting prospect who I think has an all-star future.
Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Shot from 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. The free throw drops for Embiid.
You know, Embiid has a very similar story to Tim Duncan's. I mean, the Cameroon native did not start playing basketball until later in life. Now he's one of the very best in the game.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. So he gets them both. 43 seconds left in the third. Hill passes to KD. Lets the three fly. Clean with the rebound.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Beverly missing. Fournier, that's for two. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
The nastiness, the edge, the tenacity, the ferocity that Beverly plays with, really admirable.
And so it's Los Angeles, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. Let's listen in. Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Let's keep grinding. Keep getting stuff. The offense will come. See if we can move it a little bit more against the Reds and then drive it.
Clearly, he wants his guys, Greg, to work harder on offense.
And I love what Coach Budenholzer said. Just keep gutting through it, and eventually something positive will happen.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Vucevic is out there with Durant. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Mitchell in at the two. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And the speed Ingram has makes him a nightmare for defenses in pick and rolls. I mean, he constantly keeps them on skates and wondering what's next.
Durant just inside the line, and it's off the back rim, no good. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, his teammates calling him the slender man. Brandon Ingram, not much more than 200 lbs, but adding strength has been a focus.
And he makes the first. And with Brandon Ingram and his size, he could benefit from adding a few pounds.
Well, you know, his teammates call him Tiny Dog. Dog because of his determination. That's a positive thing. The tiny part in reference to his slight frame. Time to bulk it up, young fella. Weight room.
The Bucks making a switch here. Harris is checked in. That one is no good. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Brogdon kicks to Fournier. There's the pass to Mitchell. Here's Vucevic. Basket good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Levine, good.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
To the inside, Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Boy, Vucevic, so solid in all fundamentals of the game, and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
Passes the ball. Now here's Embiid. Ingram outside. over Harris, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
Boy, I really like seeing Ingram knock down the mid-range J. A lethal scorer who nails these shots regularly.
Harris with it. Now guarded by Ball. Fires it up, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Whiteside's checked in for Milwaukee. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. And then for Los Angeles, Andrew Bogut checked in for Embiid. Robert Covington comes in for Patrick Beverley. And Irving subbed in for Ball. Here's Irving. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer. And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Dinwiddie passes to Mitchell. Over Levine. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Clippers ball. KD's checked in for Evan Fournier. Ingram kicks to Levine. Pass to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Here's Whiteside. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Irving. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Clippers lead by 20.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
A nice shot by KD.
Yeah, I just love how Durant finishes over contact, not allowing the D to contain it.
Pass to Irving. And here's Bogut. Dinwiddie covering. From 11 feet away. No good from Bogut.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Dinwiddie drives in, and he jams it with authority.
And that quick first step of Dinwiddie, very dangerous once he gets a foot advantage on the D.
Irving looking over the floor, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And KD the bucket on the assist by Mitchell. 15 points for KD.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable score.
is our Jordan Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And, guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Back to Irving, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
The feed now to Levine. He kicks it to Embiid. The pass to Levine. No good again that time. Bucks trail by 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
Yeah, you know what? And that may not seem big, but it's huge. There's a big difference between dropping 2 out of 3 as opposed to getting blank 3-zip.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Joel Embiid.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
He hits the second from the line.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Outside Levine. Here's Embiid. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, looking to score often from there, Harris is excellent at drawing the defense's attention and fouls.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that three-point shot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Vucevic checked in for Whiteside. Fournier comes in for Kevin Durant. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And George Hill's subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Here's Ball, right wing. Beverly for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Clippers lead by 12.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kyrie, big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
It feels amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but 1 man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.